had been 3 days since the results came out. 3 days since the boy stopped opening his curtains. 3 days since he stopped replying to messages saying, "It's okay, yaar, life has other plans." Because honestly, he didn't want other plans. He wanted the one thing he had spent years building his life around: the exam, the dream, the future everyone believed he would reach. But now, the result sat silently on his phone like a sentence. Not failed completely, just not enough. And somehow, not enough hurt more. The house had become strange ever since. His parents spoke softly now. Relatives suddenly stopped calling. And every time he opened social media, someone else was celebrating the life he thought he was supposed to have. So slowly, he started disappearing into silence. Not because he wanted attention, but because he genuinely didn't know who he was without that dream anymore. Then one evening, his mother knocked gently on his door. "We are out of milk," she said softly. "Can you bring some?" He wanted to say no, but he was tired of sitting with his thoughts, so he took the money and left. The world outside felt weirdly normal. People laughed, shops were open, scooters passed by, children played cricket in the street. How could everything continue so normally when his entire life felt over? On the way back, rain suddenly began pouring heavily. The boy quickly stepped under the shade of a tiny roadside tea stall. The stall was old, dim yellow light, steam rising into cold air. Only two people stood there: an exhausted delivery driver scrolling through his phone, and the old tea seller quietly making chai. The boy stood silently, holding the milk packet close to his chest. Rain crashed loudly outside. Then the tea seller glanced at him briefly and asked, "Bad day?" The boy forced a small smile. "Something like that." The old man nodded slowly as if he already understood. After a while, he handed the boy a small glass of chai. "I didn't order this," the boy said. "I know," the old man replied. "You looked like you needed it." The boy stared quietly at the steam rising from the cup. Then suddenly, without planning to, he spoke. "I think my life is over." The words escaped so honestly that even he looked surprised after saying that. But the old man didn't laugh, didn't give advice, didn't say everything happens for a reason. He simply cleaned another glass slowly and asked, "How old are you?" 18. The old man smiled softly. 18-year-olds always think endings are permanent. The boy looked down. "You don't understand. This exam was everything." The rain became heavier outside. Then the old man pointed towards the road beyond the stall. A tired father riding home with groceries. Some college students laughing while running through rain. A woman talking angrily on the phone under an umbrella. An old couple walking slowly together. Then he asked, "Which one of them do you think has never felt like life was over?" The boy stayed silent. The old man finally poured himself tea and sat down. "At your age," he said, "I wanted to become a singer." The boy looked up slightly. "I thought if that dream didn't happen, my life would mean nothing." He smiled. But life kept moving. The old man looked around his tiny tea stall, at the people standing there escaping rain, at familiar customers waving from across the road, at the warm steam feeling the cold night air. Then he said, "Funny thing is, I still ended up building a life people return to." The boy said nothing, but something inside him shifted slightly, not enough to heal, just enough to breathe. The old man took another sip of tea. "You're treating one chapter like it's the whole story." Rain finally softened outside. Then the old man added, "Life is bigger than the dreams we lose." The boy looked outside again, and for the first time in days, he noticed things he had stopped seeing. Children laughing while jumping through puddles, the smell of the rain in the air, lights glowing inside tiny homes, people continuing their ordinary little lives, and suddenly the future no longer felt empty, just unknown. The rain finally stopped. The boy stood there silently for a moment, then picked up the milk packet again. Before leaving, he asked, "Do you ever stop feeling lost?" The old man smiled. "No, but one day being lost stopped scaring you." The boy walked home slowly through the wet streets, and although nothing about his life had changed, for the first time since the results came out, he no longer felt like his story had ended. Some stories don't fix you, they just sit beside you when life feels a little heavy. Subscribe for more such content.